Alright, onward and upward. I also keep forgetting to add stream markers. I appreciate the bits, I really do. Thank you, Trevor. I wish that the feedback was going correctly. We're gonna do... Oh, not Shrine of Oryx. I don't really want to do Sword of Crota quite yet. So I'm gonna do some patrol for a little bit. Because I have a quest for that. Might as well. I really do like the thought of just like, we're trying to troubleshoot this machine, so we're just throwing a nickel at it every once in a while, just like, tick, see how it reacts. What is this? How's this working? So I'll get that fixed. Sword of Crota Striker? That's a good point. Unfortunately, I don't have my Striker leveled up, and I don't want to switch to it because I'll be taking experience away from my Defender. So definitely want to do one of these. Let's go ahead and track that mission.
We have an opportunity to strike a high-ranking target. Encoded dispatch to follow.
I think I'll be satisfied when we get to level 10. Then we can go to the next mission. I should have got out another horn. Oh yeah, that's another thing. By the way, I don't know if y'all noticed, I am actually a Mara Jin on the Godslayer challenge now. I'm not doing Iron Mara anymore. It's all just going to be on the same account. There's really no reason for me to keep bouncing back and forth. What this does mean, though, is once I get to Destiny 2, I will have to delete a character, which is fine. I'm okay with that. There will have to always be a slot for my Godslayer. I don't know why I didn't just Sparrow all it. Come on. Come on. Give me a Sparrow. Yeah, oh, almost cool. Let's kill this Hybo boy. Just gonna hop over here.
Great work. All forms of armor.
That's a significant XP. Wait, is that an actual thing with the Zestier Ranch? Because... oh boy. I'm down. I'm down with that. Goodness gracious. My wing game is about to increase tenfold with Zestier Ranch. I love super hot wings dipped in ranch. I'm not a blue cheese kind of girl. It's gotta be ranch for me. Oh, that's not a fusion rifle. I get so used to having a fusion rifle that, like, I'm doing my natural, like, I'm shooting. And then I switch and immediately hold down the trigger. Because I gotta charge it up. That's how it works. Just wasting time if I'm not charging. That slide shotty. Get out of here. Blasted. Has capitalism gone too far? Capitalism went too far very early on. It's been well over the line for a long time. Oh. The real question, though, is has Hidden Valley Ranch gone too far? And they might have. They may have gone too far with this. Like, how are you more ranch? How does that work? Like, there's certain, like, there's the creamy, like, the buttermilk kind of flavor that's already in it, but then just whatever, it's just have more of the spices and stuff added in. 2 times zestier, and we crushed it. Twice the garlic, twice the onion. My god. Oh my god, that's... I'm salivating just thinking about that. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing. I'm just having that reaction. There we go. Not a fan of ranch. That's perfectly acceptable. And you should not feel pressured into eating any food that you don't like. No Persona 5 spoilers, anybody. Don't you do it. This loading screen. Got some memories there. Gotta kill and collect. Yeah, let's do that one first. It's ranch, but more of it. I mean, I gotta say, when I woke up today, I didn't expect that I would learn that they've made more ranch. Can I get up this hill, please?
That orbit needs your help, Guardians. We can't build our
fuck you.
fleet alone. Encryption follows.
I really wanted to do that. Had to be a shotgun kill. What's next, though, is what I gotta wonder after that. Like, is there gonna be a more balsamic vinegar? Like, because I'm down with that, too. Balsamic vinegar is already extremely balsamic vinegar, so I don't think you'd be able to do that. But I would be super impressed if somebody found a way.
Guardians, there are some machines in this area that could prove vital to our future efforts. Extract
Yeah, I could imagine this being an accident that happened. Like they shipped out just one vat of ranch that was the wrong proportions, just somebody did something wrong. And then somebody working for them was like, this doesn't taste right. We should sell it. Let's pretend that this was on purpose. Extremely ranch. God, why do I gotta go back this direction again? Feels like they could have given me a... Wait, what? It's not this direction? They could have... Oh, it's the tank. They could have given me a dossier, like, before I left the tower. Just like, here's some stuff we need in that area. Oh. Oh, it's one of these. Taking some pictures for the Instagram. Instagram's been interesting to get into, like, as a content creator. I'm using the same account that I did before. Oh boy. Ah! Bye! Alright. We're gonna go to the next mission. So in this last week, I went through and deleted like all just any picture that wasn't like good, you know. Most of my old ones, anything that was just kind of some weird throwaway one, and actually kind of curated it like you're supposed to do. And I've started using hashtags and everything. I think some people have found me through that, which is cool. It's amazing how much more important hashtags are on Instagram than on Twitter. So those of you who are not on Instagram, who might want to be and who might want to get into like actually being successful on it, turns out this is something I didn't know until a few weeks ago. You can actually follow hashtags. I didn't know that. So just like you're following any person, like you can get feeds, get things in your feed. Like I follow Atlanta Tattoos just because I want to see tattoo work done in Atlanta that's done by people who I don't necessarily follow, just because I want to see all of it. Like, give me new content. So like that's the way, if you want to discover people, following hashtags is a great way to do that on Insta. And Twitter doesn't do that. So that was good to know. I started throwing a whole bunch of hashtags in there about non-binary, Twitch streamer, all that kind of stuff. Stole the Girls Like Us hashtag from my girlfriend. That's a good one. I like that one. And it gets some attention. That's good.
The ritual site is up ahead.
It's definitely one of those things that I kind of wish I had been doing for a while, though. Because like with blasting out stuff on Transy Beans, saying, hey, these are my projects and stuff, it would have been nice to have a following on Instagram that I could be like, yo, I stream now. But now, my stream, I think my Twitch is my second highest followed
This is where
platform.
we'll find him. I hope you're ready.
And that's just because my Twitter is like, it's like 100 followers bigger. Oop. So it's interesting having to play the social media game, but it's been fun. Like, I really thought doing all that kind of stuff would be really cynical, you know, like having to, oh, I gotta prop myself up and, you know, put a face out there for people to see to attract people to watch my stream, and gotta do all the metrics and blah 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 blah. You check my analytics and stuff, and I mean, you can do that if you want to, if you're like a real data nerd and whatnot, but it feels like there's a lot of stuff, and this is kind of like just with the general atmosphere that I want my stream to be in the first place. It's just, you know, being genuine, not being overly excitable, like pretending to be excited about something I'm not excited about. Like I just want to, like, we're sitting here playing games together on the couch, you know, and I want all of my social media and everything that I have tied to this to resemble that, to be the same way, because it's I don't like ever feeling fake. Like there's a reason I came out, there's a reason I transitioned. It's because I spent a really long time feeling fake. So having to turn back around on that in order to have some success with streaming and creative stuff, like that would be wrong. Like what I am selling, quote unquote, out here is actually just, it's me. Like, if people want to watch me, it's because I'm being genuine, and that's something I don't see enough of, I think, in a lot of content creation, especially definitely on YouTube and whatnot. Also, welcome back, Mika. Yes, we're back in Destiny 1. Finally got everything set back up. Confirmed that my frame rate is not too terrible. It leaves a little to be desired, I think. Still, but it's within my parameters of tolerable on a stream. because usually streams kind of end up with some frame drops and whatnot anyway. That's the nature of the beast of putting a high definition video out there in real time. The internet just does fucky stuff. But I think if I were just recording for YouTube directly, I wouldn't necessarily be. It would be pushing the line. Okay. Nice. Nice kills. Alright, so...
Clear them out.
Since I don't have to do Fisting McPunch this time through... Oh, fuck. I don't have a... Fuck. Give me your skin. There we go. This is not a Fisting McPunch playthrough, so I can use the sword and I can use my guns.
That should lure them out.
Don't know if I want to use the sword though.
Dark.
Alright, come here. Where'd they all go? What you doing? It's fun how I can talk pretty consistently most of the time. Then once I get into these missions where it's like, all right, I remember shit going down in previous runs here. Gotta really dial it in. All right, get back here.
Lots of movement.
I love the weed number and the sex number and the boobs number. Ouch. Hello. Don't mind if I just... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna fly on out of there. I tried to put my bubble up right there. That's what happened. Ah, jeez. Not fucking around with him when he's red. Honestly, I should probably just... That doesn't do enough to... Oh! I don't remember that respawning like that. Alright. I'm kinda just stun lock him here. Ow. That was risky. I probably shouldn't have done that, but it's cool. Everything's fine. No. Okay. I am gonna want to use my bubble on one of these guys. This feels so good as a Titan. Just flying around like this and slam. You really feel like a paladin with this. They're playing again? Oh. Once this stream is done, I'm probably just gonna sit back and watch Stream Kittens for a while. Right. Shit. No, come over here. It's fine. Everything's cool. Oh. Dropping the sword resets my super on it. Fuck. Skip oops. Yeah, you can really only get one hit on him. Come on up. Come here, friend. Come here, buddy boy. Okay, we can do this. Good. Little toy Walmart card, that's so cute! Y'all are making me jealous. Like, I can't watch streams while I'm streaming. There we go. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Get in here. Yeah. I knew the bubble would help.
The sword is gone. They say that was one of the most powerful weapons the Hive ever wielded against us.
There's the sword of
I can't
Grota.
believe this.
So for those of you on YouTube, you'll already know how I'm doing this system, but, or maybe you'll have deduced it. I haven't explained it yet. So the thumbnails for this, I think we're on episode 4 now, 3 or 4. I think that's 3. The thumbnails will say book 1, chapter, whatever. And the way I'm going to be doing these systems is basically they're going to be seasons. They're going to be books for each guardian. So as long as I'm still playing this character, as long as it's still Mara Jin, it's book 1, and then each episode will be a chapter. If Mara Jin dies, we start back over, and it'll be book 2, because it is a whole new story. Kind of following the some inspiration from the Books of Sorrow is where I'm going with that, and I cannot wait for people to see my my thumbnails for that, because I put a lot of work into it. It looks cool. Took some art from the anthology of the Grimoire.
Listen to this from an old warlock, Osiris.
This again.
Every end crawls from the same pit, rising from the schism to swallow matter, light, and life.
Excited for these thumbnails?
It will not be stopped.
Y'all,
but here it
this
can be
is
seen.
my favorite color
The
of
shrines of Oryx
nail polish.
must be destroyed.
And they look great for the most part right now, but then I got, of course, my middle finger there. Got chipped a little bit. Didn't last very long.
There is a shrine here, but it's further in the Hellmouth than anywhere we've been. We should destroy it before it's too late.
Into the Hellmouth. I love the way Canadians say mouth. Oh, it's okay. Like, there's definitely some level of gender euphoria that comes from having a chipped nail. Because it's so, like, you think of femininity being like putting on dresses and like you do your nails and look all pretty and whatnot, but like
I'm picking up fallen activity.
it's casual femininity, the everyday shit, where I'm just like, I'm living my life as a girl, where it's just like, yeah, I feel comfortable in this, where it's just like, after a few days, like, every girl has nail polish that gets chipped off. That's just how it goes.
The fallen.
That's stuff you really you don't think about it before you start transitioning. And I wonder how many cis people think about the casual little ways in which their gender manifests. Now, of course, that is not to say that I am a woman. I am not a woman. I am explicit about that. Girl is an acceptable term. Ha ha ha! Stole the servitor's skin. Because that worked. Still haven't really found the word for myself yet. lately I've found myself been using Void. I'm a Void. Because non-binary is weird, y'all. Like, speaking as a non-binary person, not someone looking from the outside being like, non-binary people are so strange, like, can't they just make a decision? Like, when you're actually living in it, it's like, what the fuck is going on? Because society gives you nothing. When you're binary trans, which I did identify as for a while, you get a real good sense of like, I was this, and now I'm the opposite. Like, I can just be, like, there's so many examples from cis people of what being a woman is like. So you identify with that. But if you're non-binary, all you have to look up to and kind of base things off of to understand yourself is other non-binary people. And then, even further with that, other non-binary people might not be the same as you. In fact, they're probably not. There's a lot of like I do not identify as androgyny at all. I am very feminine. That's like I am completely in this, like, rather than being binary, if you had to devolve it into two poles or into two directions, I would be completely on the female side of the spectrum. That's not how I really think about it in my own head. It's just, simplest way to put it. But other non-binary people can be anywhere else, or not even on the spectrum, just not binary.
Let's find the shrine.
Because there's a lot more things you cannot be than certain things that you can be, if that makes any sense. So, the way I've thought about it as a Taoist is my gender falls squarely within yin, which is considered to be the feminine side of yin and yang. It's the dark side, it's the evolving side, whereas like yang is creating and yin is changing.
I want to know what they're keeping down there.
So it's like my gender is somewhere in there, and woman is also in there, in that terms when you're thinking of it in the dualist terms. But my gender is not woman. It's something else, like adjacent to that, and it's weird. That doesn't make sense to cis people ever. Like, and I don't expect it to. But it's been wild discovering that lately and coming out about it too, because it's one of those things that I wasn't keeping secret necessarily, but I wasn't open about that I am non-binary until very recently. I think that there was a thought, oh boy, there was a thought that I was trying to go for when I started that little spiel that I don't think I got to. But you know, that feels that feels like it describes my gender very well. It's a spiral, it's a void, it's a black hole, it's weirdness. Okay. This way. I gotta make the most of these non-darkness zone areas and get all the talking out that I can until I get to here. And now I'm gonna have to focus a little bit. So I'm glad that that's something that's interesting to hear about. And I'm way, like, you don't have to stay quiet in the chat while I'm talking about that kind of stuff, because like I'm interested to hear like what other people's experiences are. If anyone else, if that resonates with anyone else, if it's, or if it's just strange and you don't get it. It's all valid, because we're all here exploring our genders together and our identities. But yeah, Void has been And it's funny that one of my moderators' names is Void. Void has been one of the words for like, because I posted on Facebook the other day saying like, I kind of wish I had a word, like a noun, that I can refer to myself as. Like people can say, I am a woman. That's a noun. That's an identity and a noun, a category that you're in. Other non-binary people frequently say, I am an envy. I don't like envy. It doesn't fit me. And I actually, and I don't know what exactly it is about it. Part of it is just, I don't really, it sounds weird to me, like when it's describing me. Plus, oops, too many people hear that and think it sounds like it's saying in between, like it's short for, I'm an envy, I'm in between. Which is explicitly not what my non-binary identity is. So I don't want that confusion to even be a factor. So then, like, there's not another, the closest and most accurate thing that I can say. Like, it requires multiple words. Oh God, I need to, yeah. It requires multiple words to say. So I have to say I'm a non-binary person, or I'm a non-binary girl, or anything like that. I want one word that I can say like, this is what my gender is. And I don't know what that is. Which is why I've been playing around with the void lately. It's like, I'm a void. And it's fun to say, it comes out really well. It feels close, feels closer than anything I have gotten. And I've heard a lot of things about, like, being gender void is a thing, which I'm not sure if that, oh boy, I'm not sure if that describes me, because I'm not agender. I'm definitely gendered in some way, in a feminine way, in a non-binary way. So if, oh boy. If void implies a lack of gender, then that's not an accurate word for me. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like, those are the thoughts that you have to have when you're non-binary, because you're basically mostly in it alone with figuring this kind of thing out.
There's the shrine. Find a way through.
When I put that Facebook post out there, people came in with things like, oh, so would a genderqueer be a good noun? I'm like, no, that's still like, that's a compound weirdness. It's not a, and then, or gender fucky, stuff like that. And like, no one had a suggestion for a simple word that's not just mashing two words together, that also includes intense femininity. Like there's nothing like that in English that I've found. So on that note, I was recently introduced to Tokipona, or Tokipona, I think I'm saying that right. And it's a crafted language. It's a lot like Esperanto, where it was designed with certain linguistic stuff in mind, and it's based on Taoist philosophy. It cuts down on all unnecessary things. I think it has like 120 words total in the whole language. It's all just based on that. And as such, because it's cutting down on unnecessary things, it also cuts down on gender. And by that, I mean it has no gender whatsoever. There are ways that you can specify that person is a woman. But in terms of pronouns and whatnot, it's just Ona. Ona is the only pronoun. And I love that. And it feels good to me because it's oh boy. Stuff that ends with A's, like Mara and whatnot, that feels in line with my gender. I found other neo-pronouns and whatnot that never really felt like they fit, because they, like with they, them, saying them like really quick in a sentence feels like the M sound at the end of the word is too reminiscent of him to me. And so they, them can be used for me plurally for different reasons that I will talk about another time. But I could never use it singularly for myself. And then other neopronouns had the same problem, or would just be too short or like not indicative enough of a gender. But Ona, because it can mean anything, and just like it's musical on the tongue, feels real good. But it doesn't plug into English very well, because like
under the shrub.
she, her, and hers all would just be Ona. There's no conjugation or anything there. So that's why. Ooh, I need to keep drinking water if I'm talking this much.
Power far beyond the edge of the system.
That's why I'm really excited to be learning Tokipona. Because if I can find people I can just speak that language with, like in Discord or whatever, and we just go into voice chat and we just have conversations in Tokipona, then, oh boy, this is gonna be rough. Then I can basically just strip gender from my conversations and have, and still be gendered, because I am still gendered. I still have whatever my gender is that I can't describe in English. And I can have conversations in Tokipona that includes that, because Ona is all-encompassing. Oh boy. And that's just, it's so cool to me. I love linguistics. It's definitely something I would study if I went back to college. Oh my. Sardoc. Oh boy. Sardoc's good. Like, it's probably, that's one of the reasons I like Destiny a lot as well. Is because there's a lot of linguistics that go into this game. Like, all the Hive have very distinct Sardoc, Oryx, Crota, like really punchy names that just, it feels like it's saying something on the tongue. Oh god, I don't want to deal with a wizard. Hi. That could have gone poorly. And then the Elixni are all, it's very like, you get a lot of like that sound, which I really love. And the Vex are all just, they're kind of a different thing. They're kind of still in English. Mithrax, get a lot of the X sounds, and I guess that also applies to the Hive. K's and X sounds are just my favorite. They feel so good on the tongue. Exploring the way that languages feel coming out of the mouth is always really, it's fascinating to me. And I need to focus this guy down a little bit harder. Keep staggering, keep staggering. There we go. Oh, hi. Mithrax. So I, even though in the Discord I've kind of gone away from Destiny theming, just because I want to branch out a little bit, even though Destiny is my main thing. Making Me6 be Me6, like a servitor, that was really fun for me. I love that shit. Multilingual puns, basically. Samantha is a beautiful name, and don't you dare Don't you dare talk shit on yourself like that. Because that's actually, so with like Samantha, that's something I kind of am kicking myself with picking my name, Mara, is there's not really a good way to shorten that into a cute nickname. Like you can say Sam, or Sammy. Like there's lots of different ways for nicknaming with Samantha. Mara is Mara, pretty much no matter how you look at it. That's why I'm glad I'm Mara Jin, because MJ is really cute. Okay, let's finish him off. Bam!
It's weakened. Destroy it.
Breaking his record player. 3-dimensional record. Level 11.
We severed their connection. The shrine, it was communing with something out there. Their god or king.
Whoa.
Well, not anymore. Whatever it is, it's still out there.
Won't be for long, because I'm the Godslayer. We're gonna kill Oryx. Okay, I'm gonna call this another break, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes for another episode. That was a really cool episode. I really enjoyed talking about that. I don't normally feel like I'm able to get on a really long thought, and that felt good, sharing that with y'all. So, I'll be back in a minute, and see y'all in a sec.